Good morning and welcome to Yeshiva YouTube. Iyun Mitzion, Iyun on the Mishnah Yomi. Today I want to discuss Maasros, the last Mishnah in Perek Sheni, Mishnah Ches, which makes a distinguishment. Is that maybe that's a word? Makes a distinction. I think that's a better word. Makes a distinction between selling something to someone and hachlafa. Meaning, normally when I sell something, right? If I sell fig cakes, they're not fully processed. They're not cut up into small pieces. They're not put in jars yet. According to that, once I do mekach, a memkar, I did a business deal, even though it's not processed, everyone seems to agree, that's considered koveil shumos maasros, right? Now you're chayav take of shumos maasros. You can't snack from it anymore. The reason being, I explained, is when you do mekach or memkar, so someone becomes the bailim over it, you become full bailim over, because kesef, according to Rabbi Yochanan, that kesef is kohen midoraisa, like mentalman. The Rabbanan made a gzeira, the mashigani mashicha. However, kesef, by giving money to somebody, that's kesef kohen min Torah by mentalman. It is kohen. Rish Lakish doesn't agree with that, but we pass on Rabbi Yochanan that mentalman are niknas bekesef. So that's a full business deal midoraisa. So you're the bailim, and Torah says when you're now the bailim, you're not the bailim. You have to take a shuvas and maasros. You have to give to the kohen, Levi, and Yisrael first, and aniyim first. However, when I do barter, I exchange some figs for another figs, right? So if the Mishnah says, according to Rabbi Yehuda, we paskin like, if it's already processed, they're fully processed figs, they're in jars, you can eat them right away. So then it's koveil maasros, because we'll see in a second why. But if it's not processed yet, so then even though I did a business deal, I did hachlafa, barter, you're allowed to still snack from it. It's not chayav and shumos maasros. Why is this considered less than selling something, a mekach or memkar? So the explanation is, the Gemara really talks about this in some places, in Bava Metzia, I think in Daf Kuf, talks about hachlafa, machlef shor b'chamor, Bava Kama also around Daf Kuf, it talks about this. Tzaddik I think over there. A machlef shor b'chamor, right? If you're machlef a cow for a donkey or something like that, so, and then one of them dies, right? So it depends if you did mashicha, if you actually were kona over there. Hachlafa by itself is not a kinyan. Barter is not a kinyan. If I give kesef to someone or something, that's a kinyan. But hachlafa is not a kinyan. Before I do mashiach, I have the rights to use whatever I have. Right? When I exchange these ktzios for other ktzios, fig cakes for other fig cakes, I have the right to eat from them. Even before I do mashiach, because barter allows a schus. Before I do the mashiach, that's not a kinyan, but it's a schus, I have the right to eat from them. As I mentioned before, having the right to eat something is not considered bialis over here. It's not considered you're the bailim, and therefore Hashem said, no, you're not the bailim, take off shuvas maasros. It's only a right, and therefore until Mashiach is done, I think Rabbi Yehuda would agree, once Mashiach is done by one of the parties, therefore the kinyan already happened. And if the kinyan already happened, so then you're the bailim over there, and then you'd have to take off shuvas maasros, it would be koveya, a simple hachlafa, where there was no Mashiach yet, you didn't do a Mashiach with the das to be kona, so then hachlafa is just a right to eat, it's not a full kinyan, and therefore you can technically even go back on the deal, and therefore it's not koveil shumos maasros. That's what I like to suggest over here. I hope you enjoyed today's share. See you with the next one.